Hi everyone, this is June Asma at the June Asma Live. How are you everybody? And as I promised, as what I have promised to everyone that I'll be coming out with a lot of videos this February because it's love month and it's my birth month, and in fact I'm trying to celebrate my birthday for the entire duration of February, from February 1 until February 28. Kaya di liman lift year karon. Anyways, the topic that I would like to share to everybody is all about traveling. You know, a lot of people are actually have been longing that they might be able to travel to many places that they used to. Katong ilang mga Surian, mato sila Amerika, mato sila Europe, mato sila Dubai, mato sila locally and internationally. But do we know that and every time that we travel, there's always a risk involved? Nagyo na mga risk, siyempre. Even though if you have a lot of money, but sometimes if and if of lives comes, suddenly nag-travel ka, you're not expecting there's gonna be an accident or whatever, delay of flights, or probably instead that you're going here, then you were lost. Those are things that we cannot avoid, but it's not part of the plan. But what we need to do is just to be ready all the time. Make sure that when you travel out of the country, especially out of the country, that it is very very hard, that if in case something may happen to you, maybe health related, or probably natakil po ka diha, or probably you lose all your travel documents, because like in some areas or some countries in Europe, it's always dangerous to keep on bringing your passport on your other and other travel documents, because probably if you might just be walking along the side street of Italy, you may not be able to notice that your bag is no longer in your shoulder, because that's the way it is somewhere. But I'm not saying it's dangerous out there, but we just have to be very very extra careful. When I went to Europe a few years back, one of my colleagues really was able to experience being snatched with his bag. Lucky pagani, ha? Lucky pagani, with his bag, and then losing his travel documents. And of course, because we are properly provided with the travel insurance and all of those pertinence that we need to have, especially when we're traveling. So we never worry about the documents, because it has to be uh, produced, and it's an emergency, so they have to go somewhere to the government agency, and then the cost will be shouldered by the company was bringing that was bringing us to Italy during that time. So, of course, during your, it's either you're enjoying it through your MICE, you know, meeting, incentives, conferences, and events. You know, there's always what we call a risk in everything that we do. So that is why I'm saying and suggesting that before you go out of the country, especially at this time that some are still probably experiencing that there are still COVID around. So be be covered with a travel insurance that covers COVID, that provides COVID coverage, so that you will never get worried, and the country that you are actually visiting will never worry about your presence, because you are not a citizen there, but you are a tourist. So therefore, you must not only be ready financially, but you must be ready that whenever something may happens to you during your holiday, then you are well taken care of. Even though if you're rich, if it's an emergency, Your own money cannot, because there is what we call a system that they have created already, that they can actually communicate with another office in providing you the emergency assistance that you deserve for acquiring an international travel insurance. That is why I'm saying, oh, naghisgot na sad ay ko og insurance. Insurance na sad. Okay. Probably tomorrow, the topic that I will be sharing to everybody is not going to be about insurance. It's all about how you make yourself beautiful. So tomorrow, let's talk about beauty, about hair coloring, about hair and makeup. So that will gonna be my topic tomorrow. But for this episode, let me just share to you that it is really very important that whenever you're traveling out of the country, always secure the, shall we say, the best or the maximum limit of your travel insurance. Don't just get the minimal, but get the maximum coverage, because should something happens, then you don't have to worry. And if you're getting only the minimum just to be compliant with what is required by the immigration, and if something happens, so you will definitely regret. And it's just an additional of a certain dollar, so you don't really have to worry. Or probably if it's going to be $200, well, $200 can actually covers you already for about 15 days. But it's just going to be about 1 week, like 1 week in Hong Kong, 1 week in in Korea. Well, that will not cost you about $100. It's very, very affordable. And yet, you have actually a maximum of $60,000. You know what is $60,000? It's a huge amount that can actually take good care of you if in case something may happen. But if nothing happens, just give it as what we call your bet that you don't experience accident. But if in case have an accident, then there's always something that you can depend on. So before flying, always remember to always call me so that I can issue a policy for you every time that you get out of the country. For your travel insurance needs, you may call June at anytime, 24/7. Only here with my show, with the June Esma Live, here with my Facebook Live. Thank you very much, and see you again on my next live. Before you say goodbye, before you travel, please your travel accident insurance, international coverage in dollar denomination, only from June Esma. Bye everybody.